Hi, how are you? Now, let's consider these two given functions, f of x being square root of x, and we have g of x being 1 over x squared. And we are going to show the composite results or composite functions using these two given functions. Let's start with this notation. You have f of g of x. When we have this notation, it's being told that we are going to anchor on the given f of x function. Let's have f of x, but instead of x there, we are going to transform it or change it to g of x. This means that we are going to substitute the value of g of x on the variable x of our given in our given f of x function. So instead of looking like this, our given function for f of x is actually square root of x, right? But this x here will become g of x. It's no longer just x, it will become g of x, and g of x is not just x, but 1 over x squared. This is now the notation after substituting the function g of x as the variable x on our f of x function. Now that we have this, we further simplify it. How? Take note that when we simplify any fraction or as a radicand in our radical expression, we may distribute the radical expression to the numerator and to the denominator. Okay, this is the quotient rule or the law of or the division law for our radical expressions. Once we distribute them, we know that the square root of 1 is just equal to 1 over the square root of x squared is x. Because 1 is a perfect square of 1, x squared is a perfect square of x. This is the result for f of g of x. Let's have the second one, g of f of x. This means we are going to anchor on the given g of x, but instead of g of x, the variable x now will be changed to the entire f of x function, just like this. So our g of x is originally 1 over x squared, right? We have x squared. This is g of x, 1 over x squared. But this x here will be transformed to f of x. And we know that f of x is square root of x. So instead of x in x squared, we'll have the square root of x, and then you square it. With this, we'll have 1 over, you're squaring a radical expression with index 2 or, of course, square root. So you can just simply cancel them out. The result is x here. So the g of f of x is also 1 over x, similar to f of g of x. And these are the results for these two composite functions using the original given functions. That's all for today. You're dismissed. And please do not forget to subscribe now.